Don't be an emotional giver. I'd rather say that you be an inspired giver. Let me give you this illustration. Let's say you have 100,000 and 10 people ask you for help, 10 people ask you for money. Firstly, I want you to note that out of that 10, not all of them genuinely need that money from you. It is now becoming harder and harder to even differentiate the people that need your help and the people that don't, and the people that are just doing it for the sake of doing it, because there are some people that have turned it into their lifestyle such that even if they have, they'll still beg you. I want you to note that there is a difference between being prudent, being generous, and being stingy. It is better that you are prudent. In fact, that is the best way, in my opinion. So let's go back to the analogy. You have 100,000 and 10 people ask you for money. If you give those 10 people 10,000, you are left with zero. If you give 8 people 10,000, you are left with 20,000. What do you think is going to be in the mind of the remaining 2 people? That you don't give at all, but you're almost done with what you have. I want you to choose yourself, because people choose themselves. If you end up lacking, they will leave you to the next person. This is not for you to be stingy. This is for you to be prudent, to give strategically, because you cannot satisfy all the people that ask you for money. That is the truth. You can only try. But if you are a people pleaser, if you don't want to step on people's toes, or you don't want people to say bad things about you, this is going to be difficult for you. And I'm telling you that you're in a bad place. When I mean choose yourself, I mean give strategically and make sure that you are still okay. Because looking at the illustration that I gave you the other time, out of 10 people that ask you for money and you have 100,000, if you give 5 people 10,000, you still have 50,000. The remaining 5 people will think that you don't give money. Will think that you don't give at all. They cannot know the sacrifices you have done for others, because they have not received from you. This is just to counter the popular saying that givers never lack. If you're not careful, this type of economy these days, you're going to lack. Because everybody have one story or the other to tell, myself included. If I want to tell you my story, I'll tell you my story and you almost give me all the money in your account. but that's not the best way to approach issues like this. For the people that usually are at the receiving end, if you ask someone to help you, if you ask someone to give you money, there are 2 things involved, and these 2 things are either they have it or not. It is not a good thing to assume for people that they have when you are not in their shoes, when you are not in their house, when you are not in their account, when you don't know what is going on in their account, when you don't know anything about their lifestyle or their responsibilities. You see, this is not to make you feel bad. This is to make you understand that life can be tough on anybody. Because at the end of the day, we don't look like what we are going through. I might look all fresh, all good, haircut, well trained, and all that. Doesn't mean that all is well. So you're going to be doing yourself a disservice that, oh, this guy can never not have money, let me bill him. Addressing both sides of the coin, the giver and the receiver. The giver should give strategically and not emotionally, because when you give too much, you create more sense of entitlement for people, and you get more dependent people around you. When you help people strategically, you are helping yourself and you are helping them. Now, the other side of the coin is the receiver. It is not the best thing to think that they always have. There are people that mask their suffering and their struggles. We do it better than each other. There are some people that if they are struggling, you can never know. They will still be fine. They will still look good. They will still dress well. If you ask them, if they can give, if they have it, and they can decide not to. But don't assume that they always have, because you don't know when they are struggling. When you don't think this way, people will avoid you, people will leave you, because it shows that you only think of yourself, you don't think of them. As a receiver, you should know that you are not really entitled to other people's money. When you turn it into a lifestyle and people avoid you, they are not the problem. Maybe you should check yourself. These are things that have strained relationships over the years. Gentlemen and ladies, life is unfair. Life is tough. I'll see you around.